And we're live in 3, 2, 1. Hi, welcome to iCarly. I'm just kidding. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Shot and Chop. I'm your host, Josh Cannon, and we're about to get ready to chop it up. So today we have a special guest in here today, my mentee, my favorite person ever as a photographer, right? So we're going to allow her to introduce herself. So everybody welcome on Chriss with Chriss Flix Photography. What's up, Chriss?
Not much. How you doing? Thank you for having me up here. I'm a Richmond-based photographer myself. Just out here doing lifestyle and portrait photography.
So Chriss has been shooting for what, a year now? So we're going on a year?
Almost a year. March. I want to say like the 17th or something. It's the day I bought my camera, for sure.
Yeah, so she's definitely grown a lot within this first year of her doing photography. Fellow Sony gang, you know what I'm saying? I had to make sure she joined the right team and, you know, never looked back. And now she's out here shooting this fire set of pictures.
Yes, I appreciate that. But for sure, definitely got me right with the camera.
So we're going to get into a couple of things later on in the episode. But for right now, I want to catch you guys up on what's been going on with Canndid Productionz. So recently, as you all know, I just started the podcast. Outside of that, I've been doing my teaching stuff, and we are currently on virtual learning. So it's been amazing. So I have a lot more time to be able to work on content to get out to you all. And Chriss, what's going on with you?
Well, you know, I just did a whole career switch and everything.
Okay.
Thought I was leaving you, but I'm here now.
Yeah, she was about to run away from me and never come back, and I almost cried.
I was not. I was going a few hours away, but lo and behold, I'm here. Just moved back up into Richmond last weekend, actually. So I just been getting settled, getting ready to push out more content because, you know, I said that this year I'm on asses. So
She's on asses.
Foot
like
on
a
necks.
donkey. Foot on necks.
So that's the... So that's the goal for this year, but that's really been it. Just getting used to the new job and trying to find like a new work-life balance kind of thing.
Yeah.
But definitely, everything has definitely been good.
So what is it that you're doing at your new job?
Oh, I'm a scientist now.
Oh,
I'm a scientist. So basically, in my section, I work in the vaccine section. So we're just testing the vaccine, you know, so that it's like FDA approval stuff that it goes into. So that's what I'm doing now. And whenever I'm not doing that, I'm working on photography and stuff.
So does that make you like a COVID specialist?
Not at all.
Oh.
Not at all. We don't actually know. So when we get people who have been vaccinated or not, we just test it, but we don't actually know if they've received it or not, you know, to keep it unbiased and everything like that to keep everything level. But yeah, so that's what I did. Honestly, I don't even do that official stuff yet. I'm still in training, but I am officially in the lab now, at least. So it's been fun. It's been very much a good feeling getting back into, you know, the other side of what I love with the science and stuff.
Yeah, and that's what you went to school for too, right, with science?
Precisely.
Cool. She's a fellow Trojan as well. You know, shout out to all my VSU Trojans out there if anybody's listening. Big state, not little state. But that's cool. Like, I'm definitely proud of you. Like, all the stuff you're doing big things. I've been seeing the work that you've been working on IG.
I've been trying.
Heat. Straight heat.
Yes,
y'all got to check her work out for sure. Like, she's dope. And I tell people all the time about, like, yo, she's only been shooting for a year, and she's out shooting some of y'all that's been shooting for a decade. I'm just saying.
Humbly.
I'm just saying, humbly. But that's what it does to you when, you know, you set out and you actually put the work in, and you've been grinding. So like a year of grinding compared to somebody just chilling, that's just what separates you from everybody else, and that's why I really rock with you.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, I also had a very good mentor who kind of like gave me the
golly,
I'm just saying, you got to take your credit too, because you actually were really helpful with like getting the fundamentals down and stuff. Like now when people even come to me asking me about different photography questions or whatever, I can tell like who has and who has not put in the effort to get the fundamentals down. You know what I'm saying? Like from the basics of just the camera. Before I even had a camera, we was going over camera anatomy. So
that's right. Like, look, we was going over photography stuff back when she just had the iPhone.
Literally.
And when she first got the camera, she was calling the Sony A7 III the Sony III.
H. You don't even have to tell nobody that.
I just thought it was cute. It was funny.
Yeah, I really was saying that. That's how I bought it too. Man.
You told them that at the store?
I was like, yeah, I want to get this Sony A7 III.
Wow.
III.
They probably had no clue what you was talking about. Or they probably did, were just looking at you.
No,
crazy.
he gave me the A7 too. I think he didn't hear the third eye.
Oh, yeah.
But if I had
that.
said A7 III, you know, it wouldn't have been no misunderstandings in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rookie mistakes. So we back now. We right.
Yeah, but I think what you mentioned about like learning the fundamentals, as long as you get that stuff down, it's not going to take you long at all to learn photography. And then you just have to get like the creative stuff down and learn your style. But as long as you know the basics, like that can take you far. And like at this point, how many bookings do you think you've gotten with your business?
In the first year, I would say bookings. I wouldn't say it's been OD. Maybe 15.
15 bookings in a year. That's good. That's better than me. I'm been
if that. I don't know. I could be capping, but I have to look. But I feel like we'll say 10.
10? That's still 10. Good. That's good.
Yeah, my first year. So, and that was honestly, shout out to everyone who did book with me in the first year, because that was like, I was really just in a growing, I'm still growing, but that was the real in the mud phase, you know?
Yeah.
So shout out to all of y'all who booked, and anybody else in the future who books too, because it's an investment into the craft.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any projects you're working on at the moment you don't mind sharing with the people?
Yeah. So, I posted the other day about like I really want to do this street series, like just a chair in the street, different street, different model, you know, everything, different theme as well. Like I want to get to the point where I got a couch in the middle of the street.
Oh,
like,
yeah, that'd be fire.
With like some editorial type, you know, attire and makeup and stuff like that. So I want to take that, you know, further, because I also wanted to do like a little travel book kind of thing with it. I like to travel, so going to different places, not just streets in Virginia, but streets everywhere, and just having a chair. And if I ain't got a model, I'll probably just sit in the chair by themselves, to be honest, just so I can fill that spot in.
Yeah, that would be cool too. You definitely got to do more self-portraits, and I've been noticing you've been getting more comfortable in front of the camera. Because, y'all, she was so shy and bashful when she first started. I literally had to drag her
tooth and nail
in front of the camera in order to get her to take a picture. Yeah. And I always say that the more people see your face, the more people want to work with you. And guess what? You've been showing your face more, and have people not been booking more with you?
Yeah, well, but they've also just been interacting a lot more too on social media and stuff like that. Really, but it also feels good too. Like I don't know, I wasn't a social media person when I first started, so it's been an adjustment. But now that I'm here and I'm more comfortable, it's like you see that like more people really like, they really fuck with you. You know, you just got to show your face more, and then they like, that's the person that they know.
Yep, proves my point. Proves my point. Exactly.
Okay. I'm not saying I told you so, but I mean,
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, you know, if you just do the stuff we need to work on, you're good.
That's true. I have seen the fruits of your wisdom.
No, you're doing all this stuff the right way yourself. But do you have any crazy client stories that you don't mind sharing with us? Like we don't got a name drop or anything like that, but has there ever been so far? Because I don't really keep up with all your bookings, but like, what's a crazy client story that you got that you can share for us?
A crazy client. I think the craziest one, honestly, is going to be the day I was supposed to do like my first like lifestyle kind of like paid shoot or whatever. And she wanted to shoot out Richmond, and so, you know, now that I consider like where the sun is and things like that, I was telling her what street we should be down so that, you know, the sun wouldn't be setting on us or whatever.
Right.
And so first of all, we get there, and she said that she was ready. She got there, she was not ready. I mean, she didn't even have her clothes on.
She was butt ass naked?
No, she was.
I mean, I just had to ask for context.
No, she just didn't have the clothes that she was going to wear for the shoot on.
Wow.
And, you know, she was like doing this whole like van life kind of thing. And I was like, cool, like that's really dope. You know, I really like that idea. And so I was excited, but I got there and she didn't have her clothes on. And she's like, I need to change my outfit. I don't really like this outfit. She paid for 2 outfits, right?
Yeah.
And I said, cool. She said she needed to change her outfit. I waited 15 minutes for her to change her outfit, right? It's past the start time for the shoot. She comes out to me and literally looks from my face and says, I don't like my outfit. and my hair and my makeup is messed up. Can we reschedule?
Damn.
And I said, huh?
After y'all had already got there.
After I already got paid, so it didn't matter too much.
Oh,
but
yeah. As long as you got the money, it don't matter
you know,
at that point.
because I told her, I said, you know, the shoot's already started. It's past 3:00, baby. I waited for you to change clothes. You came. I done gave you a refund on an outfit that you said you wanted to wear and you didn't want to wear. I didn't have to do that, but I did it out of kindness. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, cool, I'm going to give you your $15 back, but that rest of that, that's lost because...
No, that
how
ain't
you
lost.
get
That's
here?
On her.
No, yeah, it's lost for her because, like,
yeah.
you know how you get to the shoot and you don't have your hair, your makeup, and in my booking site it says hair and makeup must be completed prior to the shoot, and there's just no reason I feel why if a shoot is booked at least 2 weeks in advance why you're having any outfit issues
Right.
the day of the shoot. So that was the craziest one because then when she wanted to reschedule, she thought that she didn't have to repay me.
Oh, she thought it was gonna be for
She
the
thought
free.
She thought I was just gonna pull back up, and I said, baby.
Nope, you gotta pay that money.
Yeah, so that was the craziest. That was probably the craziest one, honestly. I just had never encountered anyone that was like really unprepared for the shoot like that.
Yeah, but I mean that's unavoidable. Eventually, you're gonna run into people like that, no matter how long or how short you've been doing it. But I'm pretty sure you handled yourself well. All right, so boom, check this out. So going into the topic of what we were going to talk about today, it's going to be red flags. So speaking of that, so based off of what you were just saying about a crazy client story. So I wanted to talk about red flags in regards to photography. If you're a model, if you're a photographer, I guarantee you there are things that you look for before you decide to work with a person, and that's going to stand out as a red flag. So we're going to talk about a couple of those today. Shout out to everybody on Instagram that submitted their red flag frustrations. So I'm going to hit on those, and me and Chris actually have a couple that we're going to probably try to think of what we personally see as red flags, and y'all can let us know if y'all agree or disagree. All right, so I got the list right here. I'm about to just read off the ones that people have submitted. Not going to name drop any of y'all, so, you know, confidentiality, but I definitely appreciate you submitting your red flag. So one of them, ratchenicity. I'm pretty sure we all know what ratchenicity means. Mm-hmm. That's a big word. I wonder is that really a word in the dictionary?
That is not a word.
It might be. You never know.
It can't be a word.
So we got ratchenicity, giving a discussed concept to a different photographer. I feel that one. Some clients are inconsiderate of the time and unprepared. Last minute bookings with no vision or preparedness. Mm-hmm. Wanting things not agreed to. So I'm pretty sure, like, you know, things that weren't discussed, which is why contracts are so important.
Very much so.
Oh, here we go. I love this one. Trying to book in page. Wait a minute. What is he saying? Oh, trying to book in.
Yep, and their page is private.
Wow,
and they
the
have
wording.
No
Oh, okay, here we go. Trying to book in their
punctuation.
page is private or no photos. Mm-hmm. And then the last one, when the model makes a session longer than what it's supposed to be. So those are definitely some red flags for sure. I think I probably have gotten a couple of those here and there. And these are definitely all submitted by photographers. I definitely want to touch on a couple of these because a couple of these are some key points that I think are pretty much avoidable based on how you prepare for a photo shoot. All right, so Chris, give us one of your red flags. So like for you personally, outside of like the crazy client situation, what's a red flag that you have before you even get to the photo shoot that just makes you say, nope, that's it, I'm not doing it?
Oh, for me, it's if there's a lot of confusion in as far as making me want to say like, no, I don't want to do it. It would be if it's too much confusion with you know, just the logistics of things. So where we're going to do it at, what time we're going to do it at, you know, dealing with people who aren't prepared, like they said in the on the red flag list. By dealing with people who aren't prepared. For me, I'm a very prepared person. So it's like, I know that I'm coming here ready to do everything. But when you dealing with somebody who get there and it's like the day of and they're like, oh, I got to go get this done and that done. And it's like, how long have we been talking about this shoot?
Oh, yeah.
Why wasn't you ready last night? I was ready last night.
Yeah, but everybody doesn't have that laser sharp focus like you. Like, I promise y'all, this girl is there 15 minutes before everything. Like, everything you go to, I'll be running like 2 minutes late and she already there.
I definitely did tell you I'll be here at 5:15 and I got here at 5.
That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? But I appreciate it, though. We getting this thing rocking and rolling. I'm going to talk about one for me. So this one I get pretty frequently. So if the boot fits, sorry, guess you got to lace that thing up.
And wear it.
And wear that thing. But this one is volunteering my services to tag along. Wait a minute. What was I going to say? Oh, this one is like when I get a thing where somebody DMs me, right? And they're volunteering my services to their friend that wants to just come along to the shoot. Or if I reached out to a model and they're like, hey, do you mind, can you take pictures of my friend too? And I'm just like, I mean, I didn't reach out to your friend. I reached out to you. I mean, it's cool if it's a pay gig and y'all want to pay. But I just feel like sometimes people don't respect that boundary of like, I didn't ask to shoot with you because that's more work, especially if I'm not getting paid for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just, that's one thing that just grinds my gears.
And that's a courtesy thing too.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
Definitely a courtesy thing because you wouldn't go nowhere to get your hair done and expect them to fit your friend in right after you.
Or at the same time.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, shoot, another one of mine is when models or anyone reaches out with like wanting to collab with me and they don't have a concept or any direction for the shoot. You know, like it's one thing I understand, like sometimes things have to be thought of. Like I've reached out to models and just, you know, expressed my desire to work with them and said like, hey, when I have a concept or whatever, I'll hit you back up and we can really start, you know, talking about things.
Yeah.
But if you're reaching out like, hey, I really like your work, I want to work with you sometime soon, and like the next thing isn't like I have a concept I want to work on or let's come up with a concept, I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? Just fit you in? I'm just supposed to think about, because collaboration by definition is you both bringing something to the table. So you have to bring something to the table as well. Because if you just want your photos taken, you could always just book a shoot.
Yeah, no,
and we can do it like that.
I feel that for sure. I mean, with me, sometimes I don't know. Maybe I'm a little more disorganized than you. So it's like if we're collabing and I know you got the experience, there's been plenty of times where I just had a bag of clothes and we just started pulling stuff out and then just making stuff happen. But I mean, just being prepared for the photo shoot, you know, you come with your makeup already done.
Yeah.
You got your hair done. You're not doing your makeup there when you get, I mean, sometimes I don't mind, but like if I'm on a time crunch and you just taking all day doing your makeup and stuff like that, that can be a red flag for me too. Yeah,
I feel like that goes to like preparedness, but also just respecting the time for both of us, honestly. Like it takes time to do your makeup and, you know, granted, it takes time. Like you got to prep the whole photo stuff anyways, but coming with it already done leaves a lot more room for other stuff that we could be doing productively wise. But, and it's like you said, it's no problem on the fly coming up with an idea or whatever. But usually I feel like if you come saying you want to do a collab or like you, and you're talking as if you want to get together ASAP, I feel like you should have at least a minor idea. Like, hey, I was thinking something around this, and we can start from a baseline and, you know, build upon that. But at least having something like a theme or something.
Yeah, I agree. The theme is definitely an important part. Do you ever like book shoots back to back where the first one runs over and it starts to interfere with your second one?
One time I actually had a shoot up here and I had a shoot in the 7.5, but I didn't have necessarily any issues like making them. It was just the fact that I was like, yo, I really just booked a shoot in the 804 and the 7.5.
That's the Richmond and Newport News area for those of you that don't know.
Yeah, so Hampton Roads, mostly in like when I'm out there, I'm usually in out Chesapeake or Suffolk and stuff. But yeah, I really did. I had a shoot up here, and then I had to zoom down there and do another shoot. And that day really had me feeling like, yo, like I'm a fucking photographer. Yeah. Like not back to back in two different area codes.
Hey, that's it. Get your money. Get your money for sure. But I think that's a red flag that's pretty easily avoidable based upon how well you all are talking leading up to the photo shoot. Even with the whole volunteering the service thing, like I shut that down quick. I mean, if I know that your friend's fire and, you know, I know she's going to bring me good content, then maybe.
Yeah, it's a big maybe.
More inclined. But, you know, don't spring that on me or you pull up. And, like, I don't mind you bringing somebody, but don't just spring, hey, my friend's here too. She wants to do pictures. Because now you
have to react a certain way. And not even a negative manner, but, you know, say now you got to say no or something like that when it could have been talked about ahead of time and already discussed that you're not cool with that.
Yeah, because, I mean, me personally, I'm trying to limit how many collabs I'm doing and focusing more on my paid gigs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, for every 2 paid gigs I'm doing, I might do 1 collab or something similar to that. So, it's like, you know, you're making extra work on me. And I don't know you from a can of paint or anything like that. So, it's no hard feelings. But, you know, you just got to be mindful of the photographer's workload. What if he only had time to do that one photo shoot with that one person, now you're adding a whole new set of
Yeah.
pictures that he got to work on.
That's very true. That's very true.
Or if, I mean, granted, maybe sometimes they want to do the shoot together, but that might not be with my vision. I usually feel like what makes it a red flag for me is when we have an agreed upon vision, and then now you're bringing your friend, and then everything changes.
Everything changes. Yeah,
you know
especially if it's not for the better. Especially if it's not something that makes sense to do too. Now it's like I kind of already I envisioned it with you in this scene, because it changes the whole concept at that point.
Yeah. So hope we're not stepping on any toes. We're just speaking. I'm just speaking from what I look at as a red flag prior to even doing the photo shoot. So hope we're not offending anybody with that. But do you have any other ones? I got one more, and then we're gonna get into some of these on the list.
Well, this one was for like the question that's just in general what irks us as photographers, not so much a red flag, but it was that always being selected to take the photos. You know, like I feel like when you become a photographer, you just a photographer. Like you're no one's son no more. You're no one's daughter no more. Like you're
everybody wants
you're
you
not
to
a
take
friend.
the pictures. Yep.
Yeah, it's like now it's like, hey, can you take the picture? Like how you know? I ain't want to be in the picture.
Right. No, look, I bust out the iPhone real quick. I'm like, all right, here you go.
No, that's how I do it too. Because I'm like, I had to start doing that because, like, I take my camera everywhere for the most part, just because I do lifestyle stuff too. So I like to just capture candid pictures of the day to day. Yeah. And it's like, I be like, y'all don't understand that it's so easy for me to take this photo on this iPhone and just send it to you. That's cool. But this camera, ain't no telling when I'm taking the SD card out the camera. You just don't know. I might not take it out this week.
Yeah, it's just
depending on what I'm doing.
It's just a principle in general. I mean, I don't experience it too much where family or friends just expect me to take photos because people know that I have an actual respectable business and I'm not just taking pictures as a hobby. Mm-hmm. But every once in a while, when you got family members that have a birthday party or something like on the holidays, and they just expect you to take pictures. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still going to do it. But am I going to like it? No, I'm not going to like it at all. I'm just like, look, I'm here to chill. I was just here to enjoy the holidays and the party, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely feel that. I'm getting out of that. I've started making it more of a business now and less of a hobby. So it's like now I'm kind of transitioning into that phase. Not even kind of. I've been transitioning into that phase, but like taking myself more serious too. Because like I be sleeping myself sometimes, but now I'm more like, okay, let me make sure that I'm really putting that boundary out there as like, this is a paid thing. Unless I reach out to you just want to take your pictures, which sometimes I might do, but the assumption that I'm just gonna take the pictures is what's like not okay.
Yeah, I think that's the key word right there. Assuming that just because you my mama, I'm just gonna take your pictures. No, it's like no. If my mom wants me to take pictures, I'm gonna take them pictures. Yeah, I'm gonna take them. Like I said, I ain't gonna like it. I ain't gonna like it, but I mean, I'm gonna do it. So let's jump into a couple of these off of the list that were submitted. I want to start with trying to book a. This one's worded so weird. Trying to book, and their page is private or they don't have any pictures. So, anybody listening, have you ever ran into a situation where somebody DMs you and says, "Hey, I want to do a photo shoot with you," or "Hey, let's collab," and then you go to look at their work and their page is private, or they literally don't have any pictures of themselves at all on their page? That's a red flag for me.
For sure. For sure. Because how I don't know who I'm shooting? How I know you're not a scammer? Like, what?
You might be crazy. You might try to take my camera.
That's the girl. Remember that girl that had hit my DM? She from up in Richmond, and she was like, she wanted to get into modeling. And then she hit you up, and we both like, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's dead. No.
But where's the pictures at? Like don't get me, no, I think she had a few. She had like a few like selfies or whatever. But like, don't get me wrong. I don't expect you to have an entire portfolio when you come to me saying I want to work. But I need to see something.
At least let me be able to see your
page.
Face.
Can't be private. Like what?
Yeah. So models out there, just a tip and a piece of advice. If you want to reach out and work with a photographer, like make sure that you have a public profile. Because your work is going to get looked over, or you're going to get looked over if they can't at a glance see what you're capable of, your potential, what you look like, your personality. Like we look at all that stuff before. Yeah. At least I know I do before I decide to even work with you. So if I can't even tell who you are, and I'm looking at your page, and you got a picture of a celebrity, a black picture, no profile picture at all, and you think I'm just going to say, yeah, sure, let's work. Nah, it don't work like that.
But also, even in that same sense, that helps me. Like if I just say I'm doing like a hashtag certain city model search or whatever, right? And it's like you see someone's page and that being able to have access to their page already just makes it easier for you to even envision certain concepts you might want to work with them on. Like, even if you, regardless of you reaching out to me and not have anything, but if I was just to search and try and find a new model or whatever, being able to see that will help open more, well, you know, provide more opportunity for us to work together anyways.
Yeah, and it's like if you want to keep your personal stuff on a private page, that's cool. But like I always say, you can do one of two ways. You can either make you a separate modeling page and keep it public and start fresh. Or like if you have a personal page and you haven't even started a modeling page yet and you want to get into it, before you hit me up, make it public and let me be able to go and search your work. Because as soon as you hit me up, 9 times out of 10, what I do and pretty much all the photographers I know, they're going to go and look at your stuff. So just make it public for right there. And after we had our communication,
you can go back on private.
You can go right back on private. We don't got to follow each other right away. But that just lets me make a better, what's the thing I'm looking for? A better choice of whether or not we're going to work together or not. Models out there, like if you're trying to get into modeling, if you model right now, make your page public or make a separate page, because that's going to make more people, well, it's going to let more people have the opportunity to see your stuff at a glance and want to work with you. All right, so we're going to go on to the next one. This one's from my homeboy. He says, giving a discussed concept to a different photographer.
Ooh,
that's that spicy stuff right there.
That is the most foul thing you can possibly do in the realm, you know? Like,
yeah. And it's like, it can be a red flag, because if I'm looking at your work, or if I see you as a model before I even approach you, like, and I want to work with you, and what y'all don't realize, photographers talk.
They talk.
We talk. Like, especially chit-chat. If we're in the same area, we be chit-chatting.
What's tea?
You know, like, people know what's going on with such and such. So, like, if I know Chris is talking, like, if I know Chris has shot with this girl before, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go to check with Chris and be like, yo, what was the experience like with her? And then if she goes and says, yeah, we were supposed to shoot and we never shot and it just never fall through. Then I go and see this girl and she posts the same concept that Chris told me with somebody else. I'm like, oh, no, that's a red flag.
For sure.
That's a red flag.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to sign the contract.
Sign a contract?
Just because, like,
before we even
start chit-chatting about the concept.
Just call it the chit-chat track. The chit-chat contract, something like that. Mm-hmm. But no, like, that's, it's nothing wrong with working with somebody else, but, like, if I spent all this time working with you to come up with an idea, and then because whatever the case may be, you got busy, you couldn't do it, or you didn't want to pay my prices, and you go work with another photographer, no shade, and you go and take that concept to them, it's like, wow, that's a slap in the face.
No, for sure. Especially, and then also because now if I did actually want to do that, it's like, it kind of makes me, one, I feel like it'll either be like, damn, we just seen this from somebody else. So then it looks like you copycatting.
Yeah.
And then 2, it kind of just like turns you off about the concept in general. And I might have been excited to shoot that concept. Like, how you know I wasn't ready for that?
Man, oh man, I tell you, people are something else.
Yeah, that is. I feel like that's messy stuff right there. That's messy business.
So, hey, look, I got one more red flag, and this is my red flag. Dang. Should I say it? I think I'm going to say it. I'm going to go ahead and say it. So, boom. When you have a model that has an insecure significant other, that's a big red flag right there. Mm-hmm. And, like, you can see that in their interaction or, like, in our conversation before we shoot. And, like, you're talking about my significant other, whether it's him or her, whatever the case may be, would feel this way. Or, oh, I don't know, because they want to do this way. It don't even have to always be about, like, naked, nude, anything like that. Sometimes the significant other be tripping just because they know they're shooting with a male photographer. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I don't know what it is. And, you know, it really sucks when the model, it ends up changes their whole persona because of that person.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be because it's the significant other in a way. I feel like it's more of they sexualize that person, but with us, it's a creative space. We're just doing art. Like, this is this is business. Whether they're nude or not, you know what I'm saying? Anything is just like, this is business. Like, I'm not looking at your significant other in that manner, but this is the content that we agreed to put out. Yeah. And so we're trying to create that, but you're looking at it from a perspective that I'm not even, you know what I'm saying, considering looking at it at. So
yeah, it's like that insecure thing. It's like, I mean, not knocking anybody's relationship, you know, that's the person you care about, you love, obviously for a reason if you want to be with them, but don't bring the outside relationship into the photo shoot, and now it's affecting my photo shoot.
Yeah, and the working relationship.
Yeah, the whole relationship can be ruined. Or even better yet, it's not really a red flag, but after you've done the shoot and you send them the pictures back and they're like, oh, XYZ says I can't post these, or can you take these down because such and such doesn't approve.
Because I ain't taking down shit.
I ain't never been with a baddie. I don't know where that came from. But no, like it can really get out of control sometimes. And especially like, what if they were a model before they even met you? Like, you knew what you was signing up for.
Precisely. I'm about to say, you don't go date a stripper and not want nobody else to see that ass.
Wow. Yeah, I don't
a
think
metaphor.
I don't think I could date a stripper. But
see, everyone got their limits. When you're dating a model, they're modeling with their body. You know, not saying it has again, it doesn't have to be nude or anything, but they're using their body as their form of expression. Yeah. So like, they're always gonna be someone looking at them or whatever. Because 9 times out of 10, if you modeling, you making sure you look good. So.
Oh yeah, you're always in the public eye for sure.
Exactly. So it's you have to have a certain level of confidence within yourself before you even date someone like that, or you will have those kind of issues where it's like, oh, they don't want you to post this picture, or we can't work together because of this. And it's like, it could all be so simple.
Or even better yet, like, you know, inviting your significant other to the photo shoot.
Knowing good and goddamn well.
And it just changes like the whole vibe. Whole vibe just changes.
Yes, now you acting funny. Why you being weird to me?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. You can bring whoever. I mean, not whoever, like a whole group of friends, like baby kids and all them. But like, if you want to bring your boyfriend or girlfriend, I really don't care. Bring your boyfriend or your girlfriend. They should be a hype man. They shouldn't be bringing you down on the photo shoot, or every 5 seconds you're looking over at them to check
for approval.
For approval. And that's where it's like, you're projecting your insecurities on her. Now she's not even doing her best work that she could be.
And
doing.
We here to do our best.
Yeah, because all I shoot is fire. I don't shoot nothing less than fire. That's just how it go. But I don't want this whole episode to be a negative Nancy episode. So we're gonna flip it. So instead of just talking about the red flags, let's talk about more so like of the, I guess you call it green flags. Do people say that?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think so.
Yeah. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna call it the green flag. Okay. So let's talk about some things that we look for when it comes to working with clients or models or whatever the case may be. So like, what are some things that you look for that you actually enjoy when it comes to your photo shoots?
I love working with models who constantly are like, you know, we're doing the shoot and we're still pinging ideas off each other. Like, hey, like, let's try this, let's do this. Like, what we came there to shoot is, and it may make the photo shoot last a little bit longer, but that's fine when you have your own studio. It's no studio time. But y'all keep changing the direction. So you start off with one concept, you might finish that, and then it's like, boom, oh, let's try this right quick while we still here. So I like working with people who can keep on
keep the energy going.
Yeah, keep the creative juices flowing. Like, even while we're shooting, it doesn't stop when we get to the day of the shoot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's a vibe for sure. Or like, to take it a step further, like, they don't just, as you said, stop the relationship at the shoot. Like, they're still promoting your work.
Yeah.
Or you see them on Instagram before y'all start working together, and you see that they promote the photographers they work with. They tag the photographers
Definitely
they work
a green
with.
flag, yes.
And they tell their friends about them. Like, all of that stuff. I look at all that stuff. Like, I'm Mr. Detective. I turn into the CIA when it comes to, like, figuring out if I want to work with somebody or not.
No, that's big facts. Like you said, crediting is very big. One, because I feel like that's, like, cool, you care about the fact that they need exposure as well, you know, because I feel like a lot of times when you shoot with models, 9 times out of 10, I feel like the model gets most of the shine. It's like, oh my God, you look so good, da 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 da. But it's like, damn, that's a nice photo too, especially if you pose them.
Yeah.
So then it's like, okay, cool. So I do appreciate the people that you see supporting those people that they work with, because it shows they respect their hustle as well, you know.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it doesn't take anything away from you to tag somebody. Like, I don't know.
Not at all.
Sometimes, I mean, I don't get super offended, but it's just like a courtesy thing. And that's how we eat. By when people put our work out there and they promote us, you know what I'm saying? That shows that you support me.
I'm still a newbie. I get offended when people don't tag me.
I want to hear. She's not a newbie. Even though she's been shooting for years, she, like, y'all go check out her work. Like, yeah, I'm gonna put her information. Like, definitely check her out. Chriss_Flix. That's what
no _ Chris with 2 S's.
Oh, my bad.
Flix with an X.
It's gonna be down in the show notes, so y'all can check that out.
It's hard to explain. It feels like.
I mean, hey, you doing your thing. Like, just to add on to that, I don't feel that time determines your talent or your capabilities as a photographer. Like, she's definitely proof of that. Where like you got people that have been shooting for 10 plus years and their work looks the same, and you got people shooting for a year where like every time they pick up the camera and do something different, they're making leaps and bounds with their work, and that's what she's doing. So like anybody listening, don't think that you gotta be in this thing for years and years and years before your work gets better. Like put the work in now, and you never know how fast you're gonna progress.
No, that's for sure. I tell everyone that. I had a girl reach out to me the other day about she asked me, she was like, hey, what kind of lights do you use to get your picture so sharp? And I was like, it's not about the lights, it's about aperture, and I mean everything. It's about everything: exposure, your shutter speed, your aperture, everything matters. It's about the setup, but the equipment I use does not make the photo it's the skill, it's understanding my equipment. And so I had showed her what she could get, and she was like, okay, I'm gonna get that. And she was asking me, and I was like, but that's not it. Like, you have to go learn.
Yeah. Oh, we got sidetracked. We were supposed to be talking about
green flags.
Green flags. So, all right, I got another one. When you have a model that comes with like posing in hand, like she got her posing down and she's free flowing. I'm not talking about just recycling the same poses that you see with every photographer she works with, but like we can look at the concept together. She can envision it. She can see the direction, and like she just go.
Yes,
like I love that.
That makes life so much easier when you don't have to think about that part of it too much. Because now I get to focus on getting you good angles and good shots and making sure that everything on my end is where it needs to be. Because I know you got your things on your end. I love that.
Yeah, and then also being able to take direction, open to taking direction, because sometimes some models, they're like, oh no, I got this. I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah,
and sometimes I'm like, all right, cool, that's cool. But like, if I see something and I want to include that or change it, especially if we're quote unquote collabing.
Exactly, because I gotta make sure I'm getting what I'm envisioning as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very true. I do, and like I appreciate the clients who, we were talking about this, like I appreciate the clients who talk to me like it's not just, oh, who hit me up? They was like, she's like, what's your number? Or something like that. Like, I appreciate the clients that come and just like, hey, I was interested, like how they approach you.
Having a genuine conversation and not just, what's your price, or sending you a concept. And I'm like,
with no question.
Like, hello, I don't know who you are.
Yes, how are you doing today? How was your day?
Yeah, I mean, even like my more quote unquote professional clients, like businesses and stuff like that, they still have like some sense of greeting because they understand the importance of cordiality, and it makes the business relationship a lot better. Like if you just come at me asking me for my prices straight off the back, I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'm just going to treat you like another client. Just to a number. But like,
I want to have a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I want to, build a connection while we're talking about the shoot and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not just, what's your prices? What's this, that? Like, hey, it makes it a lot different. And then it makes the shoot go differently when we finally meet for the first time too.
Yeah, because with me, it's like, if I'm like enjoying the photo shoot, if the energy is there, if we're vibing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like my work is going to be better.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And if you come to me or message me, DM, email, whatever the case may be, and like I sense that, then that's going to make the project for me turn out 10 times better. I mean, regardless if it's a client gig, a personal gig, whatever, I'm going to shoot at the best of my ability. But I feel like I elevate my game when we're vibing, and it just feels natural and just flows.
No, for sure. I feel like it also makes you have more creativity during the process than too when the energy is high. So definitely, that's a green flag. I like when people approach properly.
Yeah, you got any more for us? Give us one more green flag,
green flags?
And then we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the episode.
All right. I appreciate models who are willing to do work that's maybe outside of their comfort zone in the hopes to expand their portfolio as well, or models who will work with me on something so I can expand my portfolio. Like, I appreciate people who come with the open arm kind of mentality, like, hey, like whatever you want to do, like let's do it. Like, shit, I ain't done that before, but we can do it.
Yeah, I appreciate that too. Like, sometimes just knowing that flexibility is there, even if you don't necessarily switch it up, but just the fact that I know that you're open, that just plays back to my point of building that relationship. Because I don't really work with too many models where we're just randomly collabing. Like I have people that it's a rotation of who I work with because I can trust them. We have a relationship. I don't have not any romantic relationship, but we got a good genuine relationship. I had to make that clear. It's just it makes things so much easier to come up with concepts and ideas, and we're just flowing and things are just going, and it just I don't know. The pictures always just come out better.
They for sure do. That's very true.
Yeah, but Chriss, I definitely appreciate having you on. You guys definitely need to make sure that you check out her work on Instagram. So go ahead and plug in your Instagram and where people can find you.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me first.
Of course.
Very, very happy to be here. So on Instagram, you can find me at __ Chriss with 2 S's. Flix with an S __ or my actual portrait page, which is where I post most of my my work, would be Chriss Flix Portraits, no underscores, just Chriss Flix Portraits. And then I'm also on Facebook at Chriss Flix Photography, so you can find me there, and yeah, you can come watch my journey as I do different things and just build upon my craft.
That's what's up. And once again, y'all can find me at Canndid Productionz. That's 2 N's because people always have a hard time finding my name. CANNDID _Productionz. And once again, for everybody that didn't know, I do host these live occasionally on my Instagram. So every Thursday at 7:30, I pick a podcast episode that's actually going to be hosted live. So if you want to see the video version of this, every once in a blue moon, instead of the audio, you can definitely go on my IG and check that out. And if you missed the episode, you can catch up with all of those on my IGTV. Me and Chriss actually have one that we did.
We do.
Yeah, that was one of the earliest ones we did a while back. So if you want to check that one out, you definitely can go and do that. But yeah, that wraps up Shot and Chop. I appreciate you coming on and chopping it up with me. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up now. So until next time, y'all, I'm going to catch you on the next episode. Peace out.